His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktavinda ki, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayat Mudiraye Nashtaprayestu avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistuke. Hari Yasyanubhavam Akilam Sutasaram Ekam Adhyatma Depam Atithir Satam Tamundam Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Tambyasa Namupayami Guru Ormaninam. I was remembering that one.
That verse is my favorite. I learned that verse just from hearing it so many times from you.
Yeah, thank you. And it is a very essential.
Beautiful verse.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, the status of the creation of fourth order. Chapter 28. Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life. Text number 6. Nyopaguro nasta sri Vipano visayatmakaha Nasta pragyo hataiswaryo Gandharvaya vanair balat Kanyopaguro nasta sri Vipano visayatmakaha Nasta pragyo ritairswaryo Gandharvayan Vayan bala Gandharvaya vanair bala Kanyopaguro nasta sri Vipano visayatmakaha Nasta pragyo ritaiswaryo Gandharvaya vanair balat
Kanyapaguro nasta sri
Kanyopaguro nasta sri
Vipano visayatmakaha
Vipano visayatmakaha
Nasta pragyo ritaiswaryo
Nasta pragyo ritaiswaryo
Gandharvaya
Gandharvaya
vanair balat
vanair balat
Kanyopaguro nasta sri
Guru nasta sri
Vipano visayatmakaha
Vipano visayatmaka
Nasta pragyoritaishvaryo Gandharvaya vanarbalat
Gandharvaya vanair balat
Kanyopaguro nasta sri Vipano visayatmakaha Nasta pragyoritaishvaryo Gandharvaya vanarbalat
Go ahead, please.
Kanyopaguro nasta sri Vipano visayatmakaha Nasta pragyoritaishvaryo Gandharvaya vanarbalat
Kanyopaguro nasta sri
Kanyopaguro nasta sri
Vipano visayatmakaha
Vipano visayatmakaha
Nasta pragyo ritaiswaryo
Nasta pragyoritaishvaryo
Gandharvaya vanair balat
Gandharvaya vanarbalat
Are we done? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Kanya, by the daughter of time, upagudha, being embraced, nasta srihe,
Nasta sri
bereft of all beauty,
breath of all beauty
kripanaha, miser, Vishaya atmakaha,
Vishayatmakaha
addicted to sense gratification.
addicted to sense gratification
Nasta pragyaha,
Nasta
bereft of intelligence.
breath of intelligence
Rita aishwaryaha,
Aishwarya
bereft of opulence.
breath of opulence
Gandharva,
Gandharva
by the Gandharvas. Yavanai, and by the Yavanas. Balat, by force. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. When King Purana was embraced by Kalakanya, he gradually lost all his beauty. Having been too much addicted to sex, he became very poor in intelligence. and lost all his opulence. Being bereft of all possessions, he was conquered forcibly by the Gandharvas and the Yavanas. Please repeat. When King Puranjana was embraced by Kalakanya,
King Narendra was embraced by Kalakanya.
he gradually lost all his beauty.
He gradually lost all his beauty.
Having been too much addicted to sex,
Having been too much addicted to sex,
he became very poor in intelligence
he became very poor in intelligence
and lost all his opulence.
and lost all his opulence.
Being bereft of all possessions,
Being bereft of all possessions,
he was forcibly by the
was conquered forcibly by the
Gandharvas and the Yavanas.
Gandharvas and the Yavanas.
Purport. Short purport. When a person is attacked by the invalidity of old age and is still addicted to sense gratification, he gradually loses all his personal beauty, intelligence, and good possessions. He thus cannot resist the forceful attack of the daughter of time. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapita Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalan Shri Guru Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Pitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Deve Pranamami Hare Pri Vankalpataro Viksha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Bhavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatayine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kanyo Paguro Nasta Sri Kripano Vishayatmakah Nasta Pragyo Hataishwaryo Gandharvaya Banair Balat. When King Puranjana was embraced by Kalakanya, he gradually lost all his beauty. Having been too much addicted to sex, he became very poor in intelligence and lost all his opulence. Being bereft of all possessions, he was conquered forcibly by the Gandharvas and Yavanas. Srimad Bhagavatam, including all the Vedic literatures, they mainly deal with senses, mind, controlling senses, controlling mind, bringing mind into discipline, order, in order to make the living being feel that The goal of human life is not running after sense enjoyment. So we have heard so many things about sense enjoyment, sense, bhoga, kam vasana, all kind of things we are hearing every day. So let's analyze what really bhoga and visaya are. Visaya means sense object. Bhoga means to enjoy those objects, the desire to enjoy those objects. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, has defined what bhoga is, what kama is, what prema is. Very nice the definition. And Krishna is also has spoken in Bhagavad Gita what bhoga is and what is its function and how it bind one into this material world. The beautiful verse from the Chaitanya Charitamrita explain that Atma Indriya Priti Vancha Tare Boli Kama. Atma Indriya Priti. The word Priti is very significant. Atma Indriya means, Atma here means self, you, me. Indriya means, now Atma Indriya means my senses. Prativancha means I want to fulfill my senses. I want to enjoy completely for my own pleasure. This is called Atma Indriya Prativancha. This is what it is called kama. Bhoga, another synonym for bhoga means kama, means to have some desire to enjoy something. And we cannot separate that enjoyment desire, the enjoyment spirit, or the enjoying mentality from living being. We cannot separate that. We cannot make it zero sense of enjoyment from ourselves. We always enjoy, like right. We were dancing very mad, wild, like wild. And when there is some gulab jamun, beautiful gulab jamun, when we eat, we enjoy. Wow, such a nice taste. Beautiful gulab jamun, really tasty gulab jamun. Or somebody cooks some nice pasta, add so much cheese and butter and all kind of seasoning on the top, and we really like it. Wow, this pasta really good. So I come on Sunday, just have to have some pasta. All right, yeah, this is okay. We enjoy. We do enjoy. It's not like we do not. Oh yeah, I'm devotee. This food, I'm not enjoying. I'm just sitting. That's not the case. But when we have like priti into that object of something that we use in our life, we give our all attention, complete attention, and then try to enjoy that completely. Then when this is only done for my own personal sake, personal satisfaction, and I do not have nothing to do with Krishna's satisfaction, and this is what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami defined as bhoga, as kama. And see, the purpose of using something defines the goal, defines the intention, the use of it. Suppose if I have a cell phone and I always watch nasty thing from cell phone, you understand when I say nasty thing, then I am using it for my own sake. I'm really enjoying using it. And then this I'm doing bhoga with this phone. This is an object of bhoga for me. But in and itself, this phone, neither it is the object of sense enjoyment, nor it is not. But how I use it, it defines what it is. So if we use something in the service of Krishna and we get pleasure doing so, then that is not considered a bhoga. You remember one time Srila Prabhupada, some devotee brought a big one newspaper or something like yogi was denying the money this way. There was a picture, there was a money, and Prabhupada, that yogi was like, oh, I don't need money, I'm not after money. He is renouncing externally the money, but that yogi, or if he is real yogi or if he is not real yogi, who does not know the real use of using the money. He thinks like money, women, we are just hearing about women, money, women, all kind of things, they are bhog, vasana, we should give up. Neither women are the object of sense enjoyment, nor they are not. But how do I take them? How do I use them? How do I take women? Then that defines if I am trying to enjoy with them or I'm not. So then Prabhupada told his disciple, bring all the money and take a picture, and I'll embrace the money, and you take a picture. And so to the world, because Prabhupada knows how to use money. Prabhupada knows what is the purpose of Lakshmi. So he could use that money in service of Krishna, and that is not at all bhoga. That is why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur about is that you people are not doing bhakti, you are doing. So they were actively engaged in Krishna consciousness externally. But the goal was devotees were doing things for the pleasure of their own self. There was no connection with Krishna. Because me dancing here, it might please or it might attract or it might give some happiness to Krishna. This is not my intention that I am dancing so that all these devotees think Kirtan Yajna is a good dancer. So this is my internal intention, that purpose of my dancing is to attract all the devotees. And when we are young devotees, like just when we just join, young teenage devotees, and everywhere we dance just to attract a beautiful woman in the dancing. I personally did, that's why I know it. I do not know if you are doing or not. So it is very complex object that how do we define what I am doing? Is it doing devotional service or sense gratification? So this is, we need to analyze ourselves within our heart, that what I am doing, what is my goal, what is my purpose of doing this? It actually defines my goal. So when we take things as a goal, like many people in the world, they live for their kids, my kids, my son, my daughter, so handsome, no beautiful, very smart, my time for him, I want to make him a great successful businessman, or any profession, then I just simply living for betterment of my son, and I make my goal is as seeing my kids getting better. Then I am living, I am making this as my goal, life and soul, and I'm completely in I do not have anything else to do with Krishna consciousness. So, and some people live for the woman. They really do. They simply do all kind of things so that somebody will be attracted to them. That is instilled in their consciousness, in their blood, in their mind. And they come to the temple, wherever they go, their goal is to attract somebody. So then this is how we define bhoga and not bhoga. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if you remember a beautiful famous verse in Bhagavad Gita, I start with bhoga. Okay, bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya paritatte taya vyavasayatmika buddhir samadhau na vidhiyate. Here, Krishna says that bhoga aishwarya. Bhoga means sense enjoyment. Aishwarya means opulences, money, anything, any opulence. But the problem is, he says that prasaktanam, asakta means attachment. When the prefix pra is added to asakta, then it becomes prasakta. It means too much attached, or we make that as a goal of our life.
Attachment with great happiness.
Yeah,
Prasad.
yeah. Attachment with
Great happiness.
great happiness means you focusing, giving so much stress on it, and then you make it your goal of. Instead of making Krishna as goal of our life, I am making something else as goal of my life, and I'm working, I'm investing my energy, my time, my mind, and I'm contemplating all the time about the same thing, and then I try so hard to achieve it, and then I live my life. This is called prasaktanam, bhogaiswarya prasaktanam. And what does that happen? It will take our toya aparita chetasam. Your consciousness is taken away by force. Balat here. Same thing he's using here. Balat. Gandharva, Yavana, Balat. Gandharva and Yavana, they will forcefully take our beauty, take our opulence, take our intelligence if they see that we are attached in sense gratification. So in actuality, the sense object is neither bad nor good. But how do we use it? It makes it either it is good or bad. What is my consciousness to it? What is my object of using it? Am I using it for the service of Krishna, or I am enjoying using it for my own benefit? Then this defines bhoga. This is called bhoga. And Madhavacharya also writing same thing in the definition of bhoga. Here he says, Atyanta avinivesena, Atyanta avinivesena iti bhoga. The bhogi. Atyanta means extremely, too much. Avinivesena means to take it, like embracing something with great intention, great attachment, great pleasure. And then that is bhogi, which is not in service of Krishna. So we can analyze in our life every day what I am doing, how this we can check things in chanting time. The parameter, the measurement of our attachment or detachment from things is defined when we chant Hare Krishna mantra. When we, like, suppose we go to Harinam Sankirtan and we dance, and along with beautiful devotees, very nice people. But when we come tomorrow morning and we start chanting, I see a woman dancing in my mind, and then Hare Krishna. Wow, that was really great. Hari Hari go. So that this my mind is not in Krishna but in that. So I'm doing bhoga in that case. I'm not devotees who go to Harinam Sankirtan are great. They are the greatest devotees. I have a great respect. I'm not meaning anything bad for the devotees, but I am talking about our intention. I'm just analyzing in a subtle level of karma and bhoga, just so that it helps for all of us, both of us. And if at the time of chanting we just focusing on Krishna and then releasing the name, and wow, yeah, this Harinam Sankirtan gives me strength to go deeper and then try to remind me about Krishna, his pastimes, and bring me my lost memory. Oh, once I was with Krishna, then yeah, this is barometer to check. Chanting is the key factor. It always, if pure devotees, pure devotees can see our excitement from distance. They don't have to come close and see, oh, what is my intention. But for ourselves, we need to look back onto ourselves by introspection. We need to analyze that. That's why devotee says that Ekadasi is the day where we measure our bhakti, where I am. We restrain from too much eating. We focus on studying, more chanting, and then thinking about Krishna, then see where I am. So every 15 days is our testing time, retest. for Krishna consciousness. Now, let's discuss about, we discuss about bhoga. And now let's talk about Visaya, the object of bhoga, enjoyment. So the dictionary define Visaya is like very, very nice, beautiful definition in Sanskrit dictionary. It's called Medini dictionary, which is very famous Sanskrit dictionary. Even Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, writer of Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think Prabhupada also, they used those dictionaries. It is said here that Visayana Sinvanti Badnati iti Visaya. Visheshena means with a specific way, or in a specific way, very, very specific way. Sinvanti means to attach, to, like when we stitch cloth, right? When I stitch, this is like to attach here. I cannot take it off. It is to attach. Badnati means to bind you with rope. Iti Visaya. When we use object, like we use everything in the service of Krishna. We are using this camera, the device, this phone, nice recorder, chair, everything. But this we are using, but if it is binding me, or my life is difficult without using it, I cannot survive without using it. So I am too much attached. If I do not have cell phone, then I cannot live. I am so tightly bound by this use of cell phone. This means this is a Visaya for me. If I see a beautiful woman, and if I always contemplate and meditate and just live there, and I cannot get out from that the mentality, and I keep looking every day, and I plan so many things just to attract them, then this really binds me. I am closely tied with that rope, and now I am fallen into these deeds of Visaya. But if I see it as the servant of Krishna, devotees, they are just opposite. The mentality is what makes something as object of enjoyment or the object of worship. When they see the whole world, they see this as a tool to serve the Lord in a better way. But when we see our conditioned soul or materialistic people see the whole world, they see the place of enjoyment. This is the difference. For a devotee, it is a tool to offer to service to the Lord, and for a bhogi, it is an object of enjoyment, and he is only thinking about himself. And now I would like to tell how these four regulatory principles come from the word Visaya. I would like to analyze a little bit here from the dictionary. The synonym for the Visaya in the dictionary is explained like the four major synonym is given. One is and before that I will tell something that, so none of the things in this world are actually the object of enjoyment if we know how to use them in the service of Krishna. They are no longer bad thing, they are always good thing. They always support and enhance our Krishna consciousness. But if we do use them for wrong purpose, then even if they are something good, then it becomes object of sense enjoyment. But there are something that cannot be used in the service of Krishna. There are something that cannot have positive use, so that we can still use it for Krishna service. Like the synonym for Visaya, first one is Amis. Who can say the meaning of Amis? It's meat. Okay, meat. meat comes from killing. So when we cannot say, oh yeah, I am using meat in service of Krishna, I can offer meat to Krishna and then I can enjoy. We cannot say that. But some other items we can have both uses. These are that. We kill, then if we are not, if our intention is not to enjoy the meat, but the law of nature will catch us when we harm some animal. We cannot escape from the result, the material. This the nature will put us in karma, heavy karma. And another synonym is called pallane. Pallave includes like it's also like when people in previous age they would offer meat in Shraddha ceremony. When people offer oblation to their forefathers, there was a system that they would offer a piece of meat in that ceremony, and also alcohol drinking, all these drugs, alcohol, everything comes on this category. And another synonym for Visaya in that dictionary is mentioned about lobha. Lobha. What does lobha means? Greed. And from greed, it is associated to gambling, right? We do gamble because we are greedy. I go to casino and I win $10, and that makes me think, oh, is it possible to win some money? Let me invest more money so that I make from 10 to 20. And then because of lobha, and I am attracted and I invest more money, and finally what I do, I lose everything. And another definition or synonym for the Visaya in dictionary given is Sambhoga. Sambhoga means is illicit sex. What? Sambhoga means illicit sex, but here illicit sex. So when we are trapped or stuck in this enjoying mentality in the Visaya Vasana and engage in these four things, that destroys one's beauty, one's opulence, one's knowledge, we degrade, we become an animal. We become like an animal. Now see, Prabhupada focused and stressed on four regulative principles. Is coming from here. That when we eat meat, what happened in our life? What good qualities or what pillar of dharma destroyed by killing animal or eating meat? Mercy. In Sanskrit, daya, karuna, daya, whatever you see. And then, so when we drink alcohol, pallavi, alcohol or drugs or anything that intoxicate us and then make us think that I am angel, I'm great. I do have experience of intoxication, so I know this thing. Do you have intoxication experience? No? No?
No, never.
No, okay. I do have. Be honest. Yeah, because when we drink, then you are in heaven, like you are not in this world. One time, I will tell you something. One time, I tell my story. Okay? This gives us some insight. There was a communist insurgency in Nepal. It was very dangerous time. The communist, Maoist, terrorists, they were doing some kind of terrorism in the country, and the government military force also was looking for them. And we were living in a village, and the Maoists come to your house and say, cook for us. They are like 50, 60, 100 in numbers. And you cannot cook for them so many people, but they say forcefully cook for us. If you have some animal, they caught the animal, and then, or if somebody has a personal issue with somebody, and they say, I will invite Maoist to your home, and then I'll take revenge out that way. And they would come and they would say that if you pass the message to army, then we will kill you. They will openly challenge and threat. And army would come, why did you host Maoist in your home? Why did you feed them? You are also them. And many people got killed just because you are like a scapegoat. You don't have any option. You cannot say no to Maoist, and you cannot say no to army. You did feed them because it was forced. And in such a time, one time, like I was with my bad friend and drinking, and then I told publicly that I am Maoist. I was intoxicated. And next, I hope the police are not looking for me. Intoxication does to us. It completely takes away from Krishna consciousness, and it completely destroys what qualities of dharma is destroyed by consuming those things. Tapaha, austerity. No more tapasya. We fall from that tapasya. Without tapasya, then we cannot stand on the pillar of dharma. Now, another point here, lobha. Lobha is gambling. When we involve or engage in gambling, what quality of dharma destroys? Truthfulness. We try to make profit out of innocent people, or all kind of gambling. Not only mean going to casino and gamble. No, every single thing can be gambling in our life. Like if we are telling some truth to the devotees, we hide the information and we lie, then this is also gambling. We are gambling with our own mind. Do I intend to sense enjoyment, and then outside I saw as a good devotee? I am gambling on my own. So it could be anything. So we should be aware of gambling at all time, so that we can maintain this good quality of tapasya in our life that gives us a good person, that makes us human being. We are not even talking about devotion yet. We are still trying to become human. And finally, Sambhoga, illicit sex, what quality is gone by this? Cleanliness. Cleanliness, you become dirty, you become very unchaste. Right, recently, at my work, a senior boss to me, my boss, the center manager, he handling like 500-600 employees, and he would always warn us in a meeting, make sure you stay away from sexual harassment in the working place, and follow all the compliances, you comply with all the company's rule and regulations. But this guy, he's a married man, he has 2 kids and wife, and he saw one interpreter, one employee, very nice, beautiful, and he started following her in Instagram or some media, media or something. And whenever she posts something, he would react or send some message or something, like he would follow the person that way. And that attachment was gradually growing into that person. He even does not know that what I am doing. He thinks it's okay, everything okay, I am the boss, nobody can check on me. But it was slowly and gradually growing. And that particular person would go home with Uber because she doesn't have a car, and he would wait outside and say, oh, I saw that you were picking Uber, maybe I could give you a ride. I have a car, I can wait for you, or you can wait for me. Slowly that develops. But the person was not at all interested in that, and she was scared but going on that way. And one day what happened, one of the supervisor sent email to all the employees together. Be careful, maintain the working discipline, no sexual harassment to anybody else. If somebody does, report to the HR, human resource. so that you will be free from all this fear at work. And when that email came out, and that person, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki, the person who was like a victim, she was like encouraged. Oh, yeah, I can report it, and she did. And the particular department warned the person one time, two times, like corrective action, verbal, first memo of conversation, verbal, written, final, and finally, if you continue, then you are fired. That's exactly what happened. So all these animal, poor and little animal like fish, is attracted. They are mostly attracted to one object. Like if you have a hook and put some piece of meat or little fish and then throw to the lake, and the fish will come running to catch that piece of fish and get caught into that hook. But human being as we have so many, all the senses actively engaged and trying to find something better than Krishna, and we are stuck in this material life. All this is what happened because we are in Visaya Bhoga Kama Vasana. We are not using them in service of Krishna. So everything in the eyes of Bhogis is an object of enjoyment. But the content or the object itself is neither bad or not good, but how we handle it makes it good or bad. Understand? Anyway, when we become old, even though these Yavanas and Gandharvas, they do not attack, we are already gone, finished our life. But this sex enjoyment is so deep and strong that even at the time of death, we still think of something. It doesn't go easily. Without the help of Krishna consciousness, then there is no way that neither Gyani nor yogis nor anybody can conquer this concept without help of Krishna and his devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'm sorry if I was too extreme to some point. I'm sorry. Go ahead if you have any questions. Haribol.
Thank you for the nice class.
All are on basis of my own personal life I'm talking about, so I'm not blaming anybody.
That's all very, very beautiful class. Very nice class. You're mentioning this, this subtle desire. Why the reason, we dance and we're thinking, oh, yes, now I'm getting attention. And so you see that kind of consciousness, it's unsteady. I'm up, I'm down, and up, I'm down because of that. But the thing, I was, one Mataji in Mayapur book again, I talk about this book a lot, the False Ego book. Devaki Mataji, it's a very nice book.
I know her.
Yeah, it's a good book.
German Mataji, tall Mataji.
Yeah, she wrote a book on the false ego. It's really nice. But she describes one thing she says nicely. She says there's, at the beginning, there's two motivations. That we can be motivated by love for Krishna, or we can be motivated by, the attention and the attraction of other people, that type of motivation, the false ego motivation. But it's not sustainable. We can't rely on that motivation because it's not sustainable. We have to become motivated by mercy of Guru and Krishna.
Thank you for bringing this point. I had this point in my note, but I forgot. So I was going to discuss about who pure devotees are. Because we may think pure devotees means free from all these desires. It is impossible in Kali Yuga that our mind sometimes fall into the object of senses and we might slip from our position. But if a devotee has a pure desire to serve the God, if his goal is fixed in Krishna and sometimes he falls and he slips and he makes some mistake, he is considered a pure devotee because his goal is clear. That's why Krishna also says that api chetsu durachari. No matter what kind of person you are, but if you remain engaged in service and if you make your goal clear and make me object of your goal, and no matter if you sometime you fall, I will consider you as my devotee, pure devotee. So we should intend to the goal. But this is Kali Yuga, it is very difficult. We do not have devotees association all the time for me. I have to work outside. I have to associate with so many people who are too much attached to something else, nasty things, and I have to be friend with them. And it's not easy for me to be like you because you living in temple 24 hour. You have a seva service. Your mind is always engaged in something else. But grihasthas and congregation, they are in dream. They are in hallucination. They think they are sometimes like we think we are devoted, but our mind is engaged in so many diverse things. That's why I always focus our devotees. Please, if you live in Tucson, at least attend 1 or 2 or 3 day or 4 day Mangal Aarti. Come to temple. Do not think that, yeah, I live outside. I have my work. I cannot come to temple. I also work. I come. Please come. That helps us to imbibe, revive, or cultivate this mood that we need devotee, we need temple. That's why the temple is here. It's not like Prabhupada says, it's not a lodging and fooding place. It's a hospital treatment place. We associate devotees. This is what cure for our disease. If we maintain the disease, whether we live in temple or out, then our disease, even if we go to heavenly planet, we have still the same disease. Okay, Prabhu, you have something?
No, finish what you had to say.
No.
I was thinking of that. You were also speaking of that, how, if it appears like, if Krishna is not the goal of it, the object, we're not connecting it to Krishna, it's like, it's Maya. And I was thinking of that verse, Ratertam yat pratiyeta, na pratiyeta tad vidyadatmano Maya, yato baso tamo mata.
And I tried to look that verse in the Gita earlier, I could not.
That's from the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
That's the Chatusloki, verse 2.
Oh, yes.
But anything we see in the world that is not connected to Krishna, although it may seem valuable, we should know it to be illusion, a reflection of the truth and the ignorance. So if anything we see, it may look valuable, it may look really nice, but if you can't connect it to Krishna, then it's tad vidyadatmano Maya.
I would like to request our devotees. We have so many devotees in Tucson. Please come and give us your association sometime. Please. Attend 1 day Mangalarti at least in a week. That makes our life a lot better than what we are living now. Okay, go ahead. Oh, anything else? Madam, sirs? Yes.
When devoting to Krishna and having that as your goal, or feeling that that's your goal, if somehow you just feel like I don't want to do this anymore or something like that, does that mean that the sense gratification is taking over, is more powerful than your desire to serve Krishna?
Sometimes when we do tyag, while doing tyaga for our own pleasure, it can be a bhoga. It's not be a tyaga. That's a phalgu vairagya. That is where the concept of phalgu vairagya comes. I am renouncing for my own, and I'm enjoying from renouncement. So this is nothing to connection to Krishna. You see the point? So it is all what the intention is that defines what it is. The goal defines. If I have a priti, if I really love, in the beginning days, like again my example, I would have a clothes and I would knowingly wear torn clothes to show that I don't need anything. When I first came, really, and then one day Patri Prabhu chastised me. What are you doing, man? Do you think this is where you can glorify Prabhupada? Don't we have nice clothes? Then I just woke up from my sleeping. So I'm sorry. Yes, we define the goal defines Prabhuji, Divya Singha, Dasa, Brahmachari. I don't know if I answer you, but I just quickly finished with no.
You quickly talked about like chanting, and when we have thoughts in our mind, we're enjoying. So I know for myself and for many other devotees too, the mind tends to wander while we're chanting. how do we steady the mind so we can chant purely?
We keep doing it, and we focus on goal, and we make our goal very clear and make a plan and keep doing it. There's no quick way. We just simply keep doing, and if you have that intent, sincere desire, then somebody comes in picture, Krishna comes in picture, Guru comes in picture, devotees comes in picture, and you get help. If you want to be helped, you'll be helped.
We just spoke yesterday on the I was giving the class and I spoke about the 14 steps of bhakti as Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes in the Madhurya Kanamani. One of the things he says is that the Namaparad stage is annihilated at Nishta, and that verse is defined, that Nishta he defines as Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatirtamashloke Bhaktir Bhakti Naishtaki, which comes from first off Syamahat Seva. So by serving the Vaishnavas and by regular hearing of the Srimad Bhagavatam, so those two things, Namaparad becomes destroyed. And therefore it's easy to chant attentively. And I have factual experience of this. That's why I'm so fired up about it, is because when I got back from in Mayapur, now my chanting is so much better than it was ever before, because I was serving my Guru and I was hearing Bhagavatam all day.
Right.
And so by serving Guru and hearing Bhagavatam, then your chanting becomes so much more steady and focused.
Continue to it, and if I really work for my fixing my internal issues, then fixation definitely. Hare Krishna. If I look for Krishna, Krishna will look for me. That's same thing. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada